Hi, this is Tom Bohinnick in Illinois. I'm doing a little video with three other members of the IWIN123 business. We are putting this together to talk about marketing. No matter what business you might find yourself in, you're going to need customers. And the way to do that, way to find customers, is through marketing. And there's a lot of different avenues you can use for that. And we just want to give you a quick outline today of some of the methods that we've used in the past and that have really made this a fun business to be in. I myself have been here for 10 years, and my method of marketing 10 years ago was simply to buy leads. I actually had leads I couldn't even afford to buy them. I had them from a previous company had tried. So I joined IWIN because I just loved the way the compensation, the way it was structured, and the fact that they teach marketing. That was so important. I found if you don't have marketing in a business, you don't have anything. But back then, my initial marketing was calling leads just on the telephone. And as time went on, I adopted some of the other methods that we're going to talk about today, and I can't say enough about it. Just to give you an idea, in my case, my first year, $80,000 in credit card debt when I started. My first year, I made $140,000. So, wow, what a lifesaver it's been for my family. But enough about me. I'd like to introduce another member, Scott. Scott, why don't you just jump in there, tell us a little bit about yourself, and we'll get started.
Hey, this is Scott Darvid coming to you from New York. I've been working in the IWIN business just about 3 years now. I was once a cable guy working for a cable company. I found the IWIN business. I actually received a text message and responded to a text, and here I am today. So that's my story. I'm working it full time. I was able to leave my job as a cable guy, so to say. So for now, I'll bring it over to Marty. Marty, how you doing? And welcome.
Thanks. Doing fantastic. My wife, Christina, and I have been working together now for about 15 years. She was in California and I was in Florida, and both of us had been attempting to be successful in network marketing independently of each other. And we met through a program that we were in, and we got together, and we were fortunate enough to have some success after we got together after about a year or so, and it's totally changed our lives. We make a very good living, have a beautiful home, and anything that you could really want from life. But what we want to do is we want to help other people who have, they have issues with perhaps, they're losing their job, or maybe they're reaching retirement age, but their Social Security is not enough to carry them over. And so what our intention is to help other people learn from the experience picked up over the years. When it comes to marketing, when I first started with network marketing, I really didn't have any idea on how to do it. So my technique was to try to sponsor people who did know how to do it, because I did not know how to do it. So I got a list similar to what Tom was saying of people that had experience in network marketing. I really didn't have much computer skills, but I more or less put a pencil behind my ear, a list of paper, dialed numbers, and just started calling people. It was a smile and dial technique. It worked out good. Signed up some pretty big recruiters using that technique. And over the years, I've learned a lot of things, and I'm looking forward to sharing some of the things I've learned through this industry with other people to help them have success. So that's it's exciting to me. So I'm going to turn it over to my wife, Christina, and she'll say a few things.
Yes, hello everybody. And like my husband said, we met in this industry. We actually met in a gifting program. So he always tells everybody I'm his gift. And he was living out in Florida, and I was in California. We came together in 2003. And one of the things that I learned from my husband was marketing. I had been in the industry before, but didn't really know about marketing. So what we did was we just, being new to the internet and online marketing, we just started studying everything we could to find a way to build our business. And that is what we did. That's how we got started, and that is what we've continued to do. Now, one of the things, and you probably already heard the guys mention this, marketing is 90% of this industry. 10% is the product, and of course, all the marketing techniques, and that's what we want to do. We want to teach you how to do the marketing. Once you know how to do the marketing, and what resources that you're going to use, and you see them working for you, you will just continue to learn more different ways to do it. One of the things that Marty and I have done is found different have worked well, and we just do more of them. But there's new things coming out every day, and that's what we want to do, is we want to teach you to be successful. And as you all know, the name of our company is IWIN, but we're here to help you win. So we look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Great, great. Well, I think I've got something on the screen here. Can you guys see this image I put up there?
Yes.
Good. All right. I just want to really quickly go through an outline. I want people to know that when they join us, we've got a system. We're going to show you how to do this, and hang around to the end of this video because I have a little surprise for you. So again, very quickly, what we want to talk about here is a funnel, a sales funnel, the way that people become members, the process involved. And very quickly, the way that happens is we have leads coming to us. In this funnel, leads come into a funnel from various sources, which we're going to go over in a second. We call these leads, they call us. We follow up with them with an email or text as necessary. We answer their questions. And eventually, these leads turn into sales. Some immediately, most later on. And that's the reason for the follow-up. The follow-up can go on for days or weeks, it doesn't matter. But the more you do this, the more consistently you'll find yourself having some business come in.
Fortunes in the follow-up.
Yes, absolutely. Right. So, Scott, I know that when you got started, correct me if I'm not mistaken, the method you were using was really simple. What was it again?
Text messaging.
Texting, right. And I know that worked out really well for you.
Yes, it did. I had June of 2016, I had a $37,000 a month. So.
Wow. Yeah, I remember that. Great, good for you. Again, like back when I started 10 years ago, I was just on the phone. I would just get on the phone for 10 hours a day and call. Yet, it wasn't just a long, laborious process. In my first 3 days, I did sign up 2 people. So I was ahead of the game, but frankly, just getting on the phone calling, isn't the way to go. And I found that there was other things you could do as you went along. I just added to my funnel with different sources of traffic. So again, the purpose of a funnel is just as this outline shows, it's a way of finding prospective customers and introducing to your business. So we have traffic from, again, different sources. And the reason for this funnel is to, as the document says, to increase your leads and sales, increase your profits, to show your customers that you have a way of helping them, because that in fact is what IWIN's product is teaching marketing, showing you how to find customers no matter what business you're in. You could use these methods in frankly any business you might have. So let me just move on a little further here. You can kind of look at this as stages. The leads come in, you have a sales call to them, there's follow-up, conversion, and a sale. And again, this doesn't all happen in that order. It all depends on who you're talking to and where they stand. Now, again, we have a lot of different sources to get these leads. That's important. You can do something as simple as a Craigslist ad. That's what a lot of people start out with. I mean, we have that set up where you can put them out in as little as 2 minutes. Texting campaigns, that's something that Scott was doing. Scott, you tell me, is that really a tough thing to do? Was that a lot of learning? Did it take long to do?
No, it was very simple. It was just composing a text message and sometimes using a keyword and have people opt into your text campaign with the follow-up message.
Right.
The more exposure, the better.
Exactly. Moving down, solo ads. Solo ads are a way of placing an ad on the internet. There's a lot of sources for that. It's pretty simple to do. YouTube videos, another source. In fact, this very video we're doing can be used in marketing, and that's something we'll explain a little later.
Yep.
A little more advanced is your blogs and websites. There are ways, and by the way, YouTube videos are free. So are blogs, and even a website is low cost. You can get some of your best marketing in these categories, and they're virtually free. I mean, just to give you an idea, last year had a tremendous year. My total marketing cost for me personally was under $100 for the whole year because I use the internet.
Yep.
And
Internet's the way.
yeah, I mean, frankly, that's where you get the best leads. And we have videos to show you how to do this. So mailings, you know, Marty, Christina, I know you guys do a little bit of that. You want to tell us a little bit about that, doing a mailing?
But emailings, yeah, that's how Christine and I have had our success. We use autoresponders, and we do follow-up messages. And when, you know, up the top there, you were talking about follow-up and ongoing contact. One of the things that I found to be very helpful is to have software where you can keep notes on on your conversations with people, and that has been very helpful. For example, in the course of conversation, if they say something like their daughter's getting married in a couple weeks or whatever, you know, when I talk to that person again, I can say, how did your daughter's wedding go, and so forth, and it builds up a relationship. And relationship building is a big part of this. The software that I use for that, on the box it says turn contacts into relationships and relationships into results. So that's one of the things that I think a lot of people are not doing enough of, is keeping accurate notes on conversations that they've had with people, because it comes in handy down the road. You know, if the guy says he's into bowling, you know, that's good to know, or whatever he's into. You know, so just get involved in people's lives a little bit, have notes on it. And emailings are fantastic. I'm glad you put the E there. Yeah, that's for sure.
Emailing, yes.
We were
Yes,
evolving.
I agree. Like Marty is saying, when we first got started doing online marketing, we knew very little about the computer. So what we did was just started building lists, learn how to build a list. And there's many ways to do that. And we can talk about that later. And once you, like I said, find something that works, you just do more of it. And it's been, you know, inexpensive for sure. Actually, it doesn't cost anything when you know how to harvest email addresses and build a list. And one of the things too, Marty talked about, and I could tell you this has been very powerful, and probably the reason why we have had so much success is that he's very organized, uses the ACT program, and he can go there and call somebody and, you know, ask how their mother is, or whoever he had talked to when he had talked to that person the last time, whatever it was, what their dog's name was, their kids' names, and people really appreciate that. So, you know, that's a big part of marketing, is relationship building.
Definitely.
My favorite saying is nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. That is the most important thing to me in any business.
Very true. Very true. I use email marketing all the time, and I use Phone Burner as a follow-up tool. It's like ACT, but it's the same thing. You get personal people, and people are going to want to team up with you. That's what IWIN123 is all about, is teamwork.
Yes. Excellent.
Absolutely. And as you start, you know, building your organization, and you start meeting people, and you help them win and become successful, they are the biggest advertising billboard you could have. And that doesn't cost you anything, is word of mouth.
So the point I wanted to make was, when people come into your funnel, you call them up, you answer some questions. Not everybody signs up immediately. Some do, many don't. So there are methods that we use to follow up with them over time. Emailing is certainly one of them. Certainly the telephone. If you're into social media, you can send people updates of what's going on in the business. You can invite them to webinars such as the one we're doing here today, as well as others that are sponsored by IWIN, and as well as conference calls that we occasionally put out there, where they can hear other members and other people ask questions. So again, it's this cultivation of a relationship down the line, which these leads will come back to you, re-enter your funnel, and join. So I just want everyone to know that we do have a process in place that works. And it can be as simple as as a telephone call using an ad in Craigslist, a texting campaign, or more involved things such as these videos, blogs, and websites. But what's exciting about this is we have put together videos that show each of these individually, where you can learn when you're ready. So my advice to new people is always to start out with something simple that they can do rather quickly. And when we do a texting, now when you do a text, Wes, how long does it take to get a read in when you blast them out?
Probably within 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Huh? That's a pretty good turnaround.
And then they trickle over to the next day and then the next day, and then they just keep going. And especially when you broadcast a phone number with a keyword people text into with an auto response, that's another tactic as well.
You're the expert there. So it's nice to know, Scott, that you contribute your time to explain that in detail so that, people can pick up on that initially and use texting as a way to get started. And then as time goes on, they can always add some of these other sources to their funnel and increase their traffic.
I recommend starting out simple and building towards bigger things. That's exactly what I did, and now one thing leads to another. You start simple and then you build to more advanced, and you get the help from your inviter as well.
Right. And I wanted to add also the fact that as a member, you have access to these videos. In fact, this very video, we're going to give this to you as a member when you join. You can use this in your marketing. This video can generate leads for you. In fact, our capture pages that we have will allow you to insert this video right into it. So you yourself don't have to know how to do your video. It'll be furnished right to you as soon as you become a member.
It's already done for you already.
Fantastic, right? Yeah, I can't say enough about how much YouTube videos have done for me. I mean, it really that's why I spent under $100 last year.
That's true. It's true. All right.
Well, I mean, what I would encourage people to do is follow up with the person who sent you to this video. And you want to ask about the other videos we have that actually go into details on each of these different sources, because you can get a lot of information from it. You do it at the pace you're ready for. So start anywhere. Again, I would urge you to get back to the person who sent you to this video, get your questions answered, and we look forward to you coming aboard.